So we're going to do an activity today. At your table, you have a basket, 1 per pod. This is directions that I'm going to say these out loud, but in case you forget, follow the steps, okay? You're going to take 1 blue sheet. I want to show you my answers. 1 blue sheet per partner pair, and you're going to solve them. You can choose, I would like you to solve on the paper, but last period some people asked if they could do it on notebook paper to have a little bit more space. That's fine also. Either is okay, but I left room down here and the back is blank. You could use that too. You're going to solve these 4 inequalities. When you're finished, you're going to use the yellow strips that are also in your basket. You only need 1 set. There's going to be the graph and the inequality. Okay, you're going to match them up. Leave them on the paper. So you don't have to actually write these in the boxes. Just put the little paper here. They're not getting glued down because I'm going to use them for other students. So leave them there. When you and your partner think you have it all done and totally right, then you're going to raise your hand. I'll come check it. Okay. After I check it, these get paper clipped back together. They go in the tray. This, make sure it has both people's names on it because that's how I'm going to give you credit. It goes back in the tray. And then you'll get your iPad from under your desk and do IXL F9. That is homework if you don't finish in class. So some of you may finish in class, some of you may not get to it at all. Just kind of depends on how you and your partner work. Okay? Does anybody have questions? The goal is to get really good at this without me. Hopefully. If you need help, if you get stuck, I don't want you to disrupt another group. Just raise your hand. I'll come help you. Okay, and then Lorelai, I'm going to come help you also since you've been out some. Okay, you can get started. Everybody, I think, knows who their partner is, so you guys can get started on that. Okay. Okay. You can. I mean, or you can put it up out of your way. If you want to use it, you can. That's up to you. Okay, so. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, do you know, on this first one, do you know where to start? Okay, so can you write this down? Write it right here. And then we're going to talk about it. Okay, so let me show you something with my fingers. So a compound inequality, there's 2 inequalities in one, right? So this is one, like this. And this is another, like this, right? So if I cover this up, how are you going to solve? What would your first step be?
Add 10 to both sides.
Okay, so if you move the 10 over here, though, you're leaving nothing left over here. Yeah, the 18.
That would make sense.
Yeah. So how are you going to move the 18?
Add it to
Yes.
both sides.
Yeah, and so you've got to do it here and here, right?
And on the 6?
Yeah, you got to go here, here, and here. Okay, do that while I go check on other people. And then I'll come back and check on you.
I don't know how to do it with other. Oh wait, no I do. Can I use my homework on it?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, you're on the right track, Elijah. Okay, so you guys are splitting them up, and then you're going to compare? Okay, that's fine. So what's your strategy? You look like you have a strategy.
We matched them up, and then we're gonna solve each one. And then once we find out which one is which, we can just pair it with the graph.
That's a great idea. You know, nobody last period did that. Nobody.
So this one has all real numbers. I mean, greater than or less 2, and that one has greater than or less 2. This one has 1 and 3, 1 and 3,
Yep.
greater than or less 2 on this side, this one.
That's smart. If you look at people's desk, nobody else has done that. Yeah, that's good.
No, because you never do the variable like that. It has to be there. You have to add 18, no?
Yeah.
Just add 18?
But where all are you going to add it?
Right here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
What we did, but then it didn't give us our right answer. Like, it's not on that. Do we add it here too?
No. So do that, and then we'll talk about what to do next.
Maybe you guys know.
You're right. Keep going.
Yeah, you're not supposed to put it like that. So get it as a graph. So
Okay, now this doesn't have a line under it.
like add 10
Yeah.
or add the 18, or you would add the 18
Okay.
by
Now, what do you think you have to do? You want x by itself.
So subtract it by subtract. Oh, it would be two separate ones, like an or?
No. It's still 1, but what do we do with that 8? Not subtract it. Yes. Right, and then you do here, here, and here. Yeah. Okay, Lorelai, you ready for me? Okay.
So I divided it.
Yeah.
Now it looks weird.
Okay, so 8 divided by 8, where did this negative come from? Do you see any negatives?
Oh.
No. Okay, so do you see this one?
So the X is on the left, so we would just switch it.
It matches, right?
Oh.
Okay. Okay, now do you know where this graph is? What did we talk about yesterday with if the X is in the middle? If it's an and, what's our shading going to look like? Is it going to go like this, or is it going to go like this?
No. If it's an X and a mix, then they come together.
Yeah. So you know it has to be one of these, right?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
This one's not as the positive.
Yep. That's right. All right. Now keep going. Try to do this one.
Okay.
Okay, because that's an and also. So I want to see what you can do without me. And then I'll be back. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I don't understand this. I think I did it wrong. I did.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. How did you go from having 2 inequalities to 1?
I thought that didn't matter. I'm tripping. Bad.
Yeah.
Tripping bad.
Yeah. You can't just get rid of one.
You're not supposed to agree with that.
I'm just saying, you can't just...
You're supposed to agree with me.
You're tripping.
Okay.
It's okay, you're just confused temporarily, but we're going to fix it.
Because I know the word.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's teaching me right now.
that's great.
Well, she was.
Okay, so you added 18, that's good. Okay, so keep going from there.
Okay, so that was negative 10
Plus 18.
Negative 8.
Are you sure?
Negative 2 plus 18. Oh, it's 8. I got 8. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I did it. Okay, then I write the equality.
Correct.
And then I drop down to 8x.
Correct. There you go.
And then I cancel those.
Yeah.
And then that's when I write.
Uh-huh.
6.
What's 6 plus 18? Okay, are you okay?
Like this part, because we know this part's right.
Okay, well, 8 divided by 8 is, these are going to cancel, right? Because it makes 1. So 1x and x are really the same thing, right? So you don't really, you don't need that. Although this has a line underneath it, so that has to have a line and that has to have a line. Okay, now see if you see this in your answers. Okay, so then we're going to take this and we're going to put it over here. And is that the one?
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Miss Cragin.
Yes, honey.
So don't I divide 8 by all of them.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
Yay. All right, I'll be back. Yes.
Is this how I'm supposed to do it?
Okay. Yes, but when you divide by a negative, what do you have to do?
Flip the sign.
Yes. So fix the sign at the end.
Can you tell me if this one's right so I know if I'm doing it right or not?
I believe it is.
Okay, then I'm doing it.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Do we have to show our work for all of them?
What do you think I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Not even if I cheat the system, because I think I know all the answers.
Yeah, I know. I don't want you to cheat the system because then I don't know if you really know how to do the work. Right?
But that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to show my work. I have to show that I got it.
Are y'all okay? Yeah. You're almost done? Okay. I'll come back in a minute. Okay. Where are you? -3, -3. Okay. So where is the original? Okay. We don't want to take this and put it on the other side, right? Because if you move this 3 to the other side, then you have nothing left.
Yeah.
So what should you move?
The one.
Yeah. Yep. Are you okay if I get up?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. Taylor, did you need me? You're okay? Okay, you figured it out. Are y'all done? Okay. I'm gonna check it. Okay, great. So your work needs to be stapled to the back of this, and then these are gonna go back in the basket, and then your iPad is under your desk. You'll start IXL. Y'all are done. Yes.
So we divided 5 and 3, and it came out with like a repeating.
Okay, so that means something else is wrong. What is 1 minus 4?
Wait, no.
This is our friend, right? You guys put 5. And then 13 minus 4, you guys put 17. Got it? Okay. Okay.
Well, what's by? I need to divide. That's okay. We can divide by 7 because that's.
How are y'all?
I did 13 minus.
Okay. We're done?
We're done.
Okay.
I have my work. I have 3 and 4 right here. He has 1.
Awesome. Good. Great job. Okay, so what do you do with the yellow strips?
I'm gonna take this.
Correct. And your paper?
Put it in the basket.
Correct. But I need your work with it, okay?
So should I copy this work on there?
No, you don't have to. You could just staple it. There's
Well,
stapler.
this is my bell ringer. I couldn't find any other paper.
That's okay. You know what? Just go ahead and staple it because I'm going to take this for a grade ultimately anyway. So then we have it. Mhm. Great. Good job. Do I?
It's supposed to be.
It does. I didn't even do that on purpose. But I do love pink. Okay, what do we do with the yellow strips? Yeah. And then this can go in the basket, and your iPad's under your desk. Y'all are going to start IXL. Okay. Are y'all done? Mm-hmm. Y'all did so good. Do you feel like you know what you're doing? That's great. Taylor, how do you feel? You feel good? Okay. That's a good system. Okay, these are gonna we can mix them up. Paper clip them together, that goes in the basket, then you do your IXL. Lorelai, you look like you're plugging along. Yes? On that lesson, no, you're just practicing the graphing and stuff. But if you need scratch paper, which you might, or you can use the iPad. Thank you, Lorelai. Yes, y'all are good. Sorry. Okay, and then make sure that your work goes with it. Okay, what do we do with the strips? Yep. And then you can leave everything in the basket. Oh no, can we put them back? So we can check them? I'll help you.
My bad.
Okay, the first one you had was this one because I was over here.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No big deal.
Miss Cragin,
Yes.
there's like a bunch of stuff on the side, like at the bottom.
Okay, but it'll still work, right?
Yeah.
If it's bothering you, you can
There's
get...
Ray's iPad.
Okay. You switched it? I know. I don't know what happened. I'll hold on to it. That was good problem solving. I'll keep it. And it's probably trapped under the case. Okay. Okay, so one thing I want to ask you is, do you see how this says or?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So you did good, and you haven't been here some. That's awesome. Look at that. You're smarter than you realize.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Yeah. I said she's smarter than she realizes because she sometimes thinks that she can't do it. No. Then you realize. Okay. Yeah, that would not make sense. Definitely not. Aaliyah and Sanaya, y'all doing okay?
Girl, yes, I'm So, give me a high five.
Miss Cragin,
Yes.
you see how the signs are different right here?
What do you mean by different? When you say different,
When
what do you mean?
When I wrote them on here, I wrote it the same way that was up here, right here, and then on here it's pointing that way.
Why?
Because it's or and it's going opposite way.
No.
Oh.
Why would the sign have changed?
Because it's or, right?
What makes our sign change when we're solving an inequality? What'd you say?
Negative.
What's the rule about a negative? If you
Divided by a negative?
divide or...
You gotta check. Oh, girl, I thought I forgot that.
Oh, so.
Girl, I thought I forgot that.
Yeah,
Divide by
Aaliyah's
negative
right.
And you change the. Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, but you did, though.
I did, I did.
Because I asked you when we did the first one.
Okay, I was tripping. I did get lightheaded, so.
Yeah. Should I take a breather?
Okay. You're doing great. Yeah, you're doing great.
Yo.
Okay, so you're going to keep going.
Okay.
So that means I would change the sign for this one.
Right, because you're dividing by a negative. Girls, do y'all need help? Okay. What do you need help with?
Okay, so we figured that out. But now it's like...
Okay, let me ask you something. So do you see how right here you moved the 2? Okay, so if you move that 2 over to the other side, you've left nothing over here. Is that what you wanted to do? No. We want to move things away from where? X, right? So what should you move? Instead of moving that, what are we going to move first? The 1. How are you going to move it? Right. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So try that and see if that helps.
I'm having trouble knowing where like the line will go.
Okay, did you solve it?
Not yet.
Okay, so what are you going to do to solve it? What do we do first?
Subtracting.
Subtracting. Yes, ma'am. Are y'all done? Okay. I'll come right back. Aaliyah. I feel so smart. I'm glad. Okay, this goes there, paper clip on. And then you're going to work on your IXL. So hopefully,
What happened to this? I taught her.
you did teach her. But hopefully when you do your IXL, you'll feel better now.
If not, then I'm just going to do the little stuff that help me.
Well, yes. And while you're in class, I can help. Goes in the basket. Okay. Okay, so where are we?
Here. No. I feel like there's still something wrong. There's something wrong.
Okay, there is something wrong.
I know.
So 3 minus 1 is 2, and then if you move the 1, it only gets moved over here. Okay, so I know what you're trying to do. Do you see that if it's in or, remember it's like 2 separate. They're completely separate, right? So you tried to subtract 1 in 3 different places. But this is all, look right here, this is all on the same side. So you really should only subtract the 1 here and here, not, you know what I mean? Because it's already on the same
I
side.
was looking at this problem and you did subtract 6 feet. I was like, where was I supposed to subtract that?
Yes. Just a second.
I know this is a closed circle, but would it go right or left?
Where's the arrow pointing?
So it goes right.
Well, this is the point, right?
Yeah.
So, right, less than. So you would look at your number line and go, where are the numbers smaller than -2?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yep. Okay, yes, Rudy.
For this,
Said it right.
Okay, so look, let's see. 2 minus 8 is -6. Divided by 3 is 2.
You have to flip the sign
Why did you flip the sign?
because it's a negative.
Okay, so that's a common mistake. But the rule is if you multiply or divide by a negative, not just if there's a negative in the problem. Does that make sense? Okay.
I've been doing.
Lorelai.
I feel like I've been doing it right, but not right. But
Okay, hold on. Let me get Lorelai real quick. Lorelai, do you know what you're doing, honey? Okay.
It's kind of like the thing. It's kind of like the thing we just did.
But a little bit easier. Because these are not compound, right? You only have 1 inequality to solve instead of 2. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I would. Okay. Let me come right back. I left him.
I think I've been doing it right, but wrong at the same time. But it's -2 is this way, but it would be a whole circle pointing that way towards the end, right?
Okay, so you subtracted 8, divided, you don't flip your sign.
So that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Just 1 second. I'm sorry. All right. Yes.
Okay, I don't know how to do this.
Okay, this is a little bit trickier because of this. That's probably throwing you off, but ignore that. What should you do first? Yeah.
The arrow is pointing that way. You do it that way.
And then bring down your m divided by 3. Okay, and then what? How can we get rid of divide by 3?
Put that over there.
You want to get the m by itself, right? So it says m divided by 3. So how do you get rid of that? What's the opposite?
What'd you get? Just 5.
Yeah. So you're going to multiply by 3 on both sides. Do you have to flip the sign?
It's -5.
No. No. Okay, Sean.
This is going right, correct? Where's it going?
You add 5, divide. Yeah. I'm going to go check on it.
How would I do it from here? Because I keep messing up on it.
Okay, so we want G by itself ultimately, right? So what do you need to move first?
Would I add the 9?
Okay, we got to move things away from the G before we actually move what's right next to the G. We got to get the other junk out of the way first.
Add the 1 or subtract the 1 from the 10.
Subtract the 1. Yeah.
This is a good idea. And then now I just divide.
You divide everything by 2. That's right.
This is actually quite easy.
But the first thing, the first thing you need to do is move the 5. How do you move the 5? Mm-hmm. Subtract it.
Now do I divide it by 9? Because I got
Before
9.
you divide, Lorelai. Do what?
So I got 9 and then I divide it. But that just
Okay, but don't you have -9? Because look in front of your G.
So that'd just be -1.
And then what do you do if you multiply or divide by a negative?
You change it to a positive.
No, what do you do with the sign?
You switch it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that. For 9 divided by -5. Or
Oh, you're not-
9 by.
Yeah, you're subtracting, right? Positive. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Yes. That's right. Mm-hmm. Elijah, are you okay?
So where would the other point go? Like that.
So, Taylor, do you think that he graphed your solution?
I do.
You do? Look closely at the details.
Well, not the sign. I did the sign wrong.
Is your sign wrong or is his sign wrong?
I think his sign.
You do?
Yeah, so I think it'd be like that.
Okay. But right here you wrote +1, but right here you have -1. So is it positive?
I think it's
Okay, let's look before we submit it. So you had -1, -1. 10 minus 1 is 9. That's right. You divided, but you divided by +9. What do you have to divide by?
a -1.
Yes.
So then it'd be -1.
Yes.
And did I do the sign right? 'Cause I
Yes.
think
Mm-hmm. You just have to fix your graph.
Like that?
Yeah. There you go.
Alright, I got it.
All right.
I just have to think about it.
Right. Do you need help? You're okay? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, just 1 second. Yes, ma'am. Okay, if it's less than or equal to, what do you know about the circle? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. That's right. If it, yeah, you can write that note, but if anytime that line is under or equal to, it's going to be a shaded circle. Yeah. Good? Okay, keep going. Yes.
I don't know what I did wrong here. Because when you divide.
Oh, okay. Okay. So right at the very beginning, you moved this, and you've got to move something else first.
Yeah.
What should you move first?
The variable?
We don't want to move the variable. We want to move things away from it. What should we move though?
N?
No, that's the variable.
I don't know, -2.
That's what you moved first.
Yeah.
But we don't want to move that first. What else could we move?
The siren?
No.
I don't know, because I was just getting. I was getting it,
So let's rewrite it. Sometimes when we look at our work that's wrong, it is hard.
Wait. Stop. Okay.
Because
Okay.
I'm getting this on 4.
So you need to move this. How are you going to move it?
Add 3 to both sides. I might be tripping, y'all.
All right. How are we doing, girls?
We skipped this part because we were stuck, so we went to number 4.
Okay, so you had -5 minus 4. What's -5 minus 4? Okay, so write that. Then what do you do?
Divide.
Right?
I think you were getting ahead of yourself. I think I was. Okay, and then No, wait, that one cancel out.
That would cancel. Because they're the same, remember?
Just cancel it out still?
Yes.
Okay, so I just divide.
No, now what do you do with this? What did you do over here?
I multiply
Every single
-2 to both sides.
And if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to,
I told you it was smart.
if you multiply or divide by a negative, what do you have to do?
So it will be 8,
Okay, just something.
-8.
Yeah, you flipped it. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing this wrong because I got 9 so
What's the original? This?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you looked at the sign behind the 10 and you said to add. What should we do with the 10 if we want to move it? How can we move it? Subtract the 10. You okay, Gemma? And then what do you do? Yes. There you go. Are you guys stuck? Well, we do flip the sign sometimes, but when do we flip it? If you multiply or divide by a negative. Okay. Yes. You would. If you're reading the problem and you say by negative whatever, then you flip it. But if you said like 10 divided by 2, that's positive. So you don't flip it. Okay, yes. Okay, did you write it down yet? I would write it down. It's hard to do things in our head, right? So here. You write it down, I'll be back.
No, it's not.
What happens with the sign? I did 2 negatives.
Okay, you multiplied by a negative, so what do we do with the sign?
Flip it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you write it down? Okay, so what do you think we need to move first? Yeah, how do you move it? Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Good. Okay, now what do you do? If you want to get rid of the 2, how do you get rid of it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what you're doing. You got it. Are you stuck? Hold on. Yes. Yay. Okay. These get paper clipped together. Everything goes in there, and then y'all can work on IXL. I'm coming, Lorelai. Hold on.
What's the first step to this? I haven't done
You got to move this 1. How are you going to move it?
Would I add it to what?
+1, +1.
So it'd be 1 plus 1, that would be 2 is greater than or equal to.
Well, that's less than.
Or less than
Yeah.
R over 2?
Yeah.
And then what would I do after that?
How do you get rid of the divide by 2?
Multiply.
You're welcome. All right. Are you okay? Okay. All right. I'm back. Okay. All right. What do you think you need to move first? Yep. Yep. Mhm.
16. My bad. Because I keep forgetting your bad spot. So then.
Good.
So 2 close, and then it's pointing that way, and it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I will.
You got it? You can do this.
Where'd you get your pants from? Here.
I think Marshall's.
So, okay, again.
Right? Because I don't want to put it in and get it wrong.
Did you add 26?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you had positive 2. No, negative 2. And then you multiplied by 2. So negative 4 is greater than t. T is, yeah. Yeah. You're already done?
Arrow is going this way.
Wow.
Which way do you think
That's awesome.
Amazing. Well, I'm kind of.
It's already done. We're getting close on time, so just keep your eye on the time. It's going to be time to clean up sooner than later, but we'll get there in just a second.